Last time we seen Ryan Garcia, he was brutally stopped by gervontatankdavis and had to take a knee and bow out. But in recent news, we've seen him courtside with Floyd Mayweather. Let's check out why that might be. This is King Demetrios with Next Gen Combat Sports TV, and we're back with another one. So, in recent news, we've seen Ryan Garcia and Floyd Mayweather at an LA Sparks basketball game, and this has started rumors and speculation that he may be trying to get out of his contract with Oscar De La Hoya and trying to get over to the money team. If you don't know, Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, they've been having somewhat of a public breakup or disagreement with each other based on when Ryan had lost to Tank Davis and he did not have anyone come onto the stadium with him after the fight. Ryan Garcia openly stated that he kind of felt betrayed and felt like Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins wasn't alongside him, and so that's led to now we've seen Floyd Mayweather and Ryan Garcia hanging out. He went to the game with him and he went to his crib. So what type of implications does this have down the line? Right now it has no implications because Ryan Garcia is still under contract, but I do think it's interesting that after all of this talks of Ryan Garcia being an Instagram model, Ryan Garcia, he's not a skilled fighter, this, that, and the third. Now you got Floyd Mayweather openly stating in an interview with Fight Hype that he's not trying to poach Ryan Garcia, which we all know he very well is. But at the same time, he said that if Ryan Garcia was to break up with Goldenboy Promotions, he would definitely be looking to sign him. And that kind of just shows you that there is value in Ryan Garcia, and Floyd Mayweather is looking for new talent. Because let's be honest, besides Gervonta Davis and Kermel Mutton, I think his name is, Tank, he's basically the only thing they got. Now, granted, Tank is one of the biggest faces in the sport, but this tells me that Floyd Mayweather sees. Now, granted, he might be trying to diversify. You know, he probably wants to have the Mexican fan base as well, even though Ryan don't even have a lot of Mexican fans. A lot of Mexicans don't like Ryan, but a lot of them do too. But to me, this tells me that long term, he may not see Tank as a viable option for marketability. Like, he may see Tank capping out. And I say that because we look at Tank right now. Started his career at 126, went up to 130. I think he won 3 belts individually at 130. He never unified. And even one of those belts that he did win at 130 was against Leo Santa Cruz when he was at 135 and then came down to 130. So he was kind of like, going backwards in that sense. And when he fought Mario Barrios, he's openly stated, him and his team, that he didn't really feel as comfortable at 140. So honestly, we may not even see Tank moving up past 147. I could maybe see him going up to that weight as Shakur and Devin and Ryan Garcia goes up, because then those will be big money fights down the line. But as of now, Tank, he's kind of content with staying at around 135 and even 130 and maybe even less, because in a recent interview, Floyd also said that he wanted to see if Tank and Inoue could meet at the catch weight. The monster Inoue, the pound for pound top 3-ish guy in the sport over from Japan. So yeah, this is kind of just showing me that I really feel like Floyd is looking to find him another cash cow, which is nothing wrong with that. He's a promoter. He's looking to find the biggest names in the face in the sport. And regardless of what you said about Ryan Garcia, he's one of the biggest names and he's one of the biggest attractions in the sport, whether or not he's done anything in sport or not. And granted, I'm a big Ryan Garcia fan. Him and Inoue, for me, they're like right there with each other, like neck and neck. But yeah, regardless of whether he's been a champion or not, regardless of whether you want to call him an Instagram model or Instagram fighter, whatever you want to call it, the 1.3 million, I think they said it was between 1.2 million and 1.4 million. Ryan was a part of that. Tank and Ryan had that pay-per-view. Like, if you go to look at Ryan's interview, if you go look at Ryan's his Wikipedia and you look at his pay-per-view sales, Ryan's first pay-per-view event is a 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, And to be honest, I really feel as though Floyd Mayweather is looking at that because we really don't know who was the majority of those pay-per-view sales. Like, we all know that when Tank was doing his pay-per-view numbers, he was doing anywhere between, like, I think 150,000 and 250,000 to 300,000. But after this Ryan Garcia fight, we don't know what Tank will be able to do on his own. And for Ryan Garcia, we don't know what he'll be able to do on his own. So I think moving forward, that's going to be a big thing to pay attention to, and that's kind of going to really give you an indication on who's the real pay-per-view cash cow, you know, behind the Canelos and the Anthony Joshuas and the, you know, the heavyweight guys that kind of, they break the bank every time they fight. And even Jake Paul to an extent now, because they say he getting 20 to 30 million a fight, and that's almost Canelo money. So yeah, that's something I think about when I'm looking at this situation. And really, I mean, I'm not gonna say I would like to see Ryan Garcia with Floyd Mayweather, because, you know, this is a dirty game. You know, these promoters and these guys who's you know, orchestrate these fights, they don't care about nothing but their bottom line. Like, I really did like the Oscar Ryan Garcia relationship, because, you know, I felt like he could mentor him, and they kind of had the same similarities in terms of like how fast they rose to fame and their fan base and how they were perceived in the sport. But Oscar, this is not the first time that him and Ryan has had issues. You know, there was times back when, I think it was Romero Duno, when Ryan was fighting him, they were trying to keep Ryan from him, and Ryan and Oscar had some spats with each other where they didn't really, you know, see eye to eye on what type of competition he will be facing, on who he should be moving fast. And to be honest with you, now that he's taken this loss after accepting the rehydration clause, which Oscar did not want him to do, and not taking his tune-up fight, which Oscar did not want him to do, we really don't know how Oscar will want to move him. Like, now that Oscar sees Ryan Garcia taking his L, he might even want to put him in even more bubble wrap than some people thought he had him in earlier, because now he's saying like, okay, he done took the L, we got to get Ryan back to a certain level to where we can get him as a cash cow, because, you know, the Tank fight kind of derailed him. And granted, Ryan Garcia had his rib injury and he was weight drained because of the hydration clause, but at the end of the day, he took the fight and, you know, he went along with it. So with that being said, I think that Ryan can probably stay with Oscar for the short term. Well, he ain't got a choice, you know, as long as they're under contract, unless he just want to take it to court. But moving forward, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he went with Floyd, but he better be careful. But to be quite frank with you, I think that Ryan is plotting on Floyd Mayweather and Gervontadavis. I think that Ryan really, really, really wants to get that fight back against Tank Davis, and I think he's willing to do anything and everything to get that fight. Because if we're looking at Oscar, like I said, Oscar might be looking to bubble wrap him for a while. We don't know when the fight could happen if he stayed with Oscar. But if he goes over with Floyd, Floyd might be willing to make that fight happen a lot quicker. And who knows, Floyd, in the back of his mind, he might think that, you know, maybe 140, no catch weight. No catch weight, no rehydration clause. He might think that Ryan could beat Tank, and then Ryan could possibly be the next cash cow for, you know, Floyd Mayweather. So that's definitely something that we need to be looking at moving down the line, because I know Ryan's not stupid, and Ryan definitely wants to get that win back. And granted, I don't agree with everything he did when it comes to how he handled the situation with Oscar and how he handled the situation with Tank. I don't think he should have took the rehydration clause. I don't think he should have fought with a freaking injured rib. But from the past, and when everyone has always said that, you know, Ryan is pulling out, he's not agreeing for real, he almost had no choice. So, you know, he had to take his L. He got to sit on that L. He got to, you know, and that's just how the game goes. But it's a good thing, though. You know, he done got that out the way. Like, a lot of these guys, you know, the Devin Haney's, the Shakur Stevensons, you know, even Tank, a lot of them for a long time, they were trying to protect that L. But once you get that L out the way, it's kind of like, okay, you know, you lost. It's not like you lost to a bum. He lost to Tank Davis. He lost to one of the best fighters in the game, you know, in respect to him and his weight class. So we don't know. We don't know what Ryan Garcia's plans is. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Ryan should go with Floyd Mayweather? Do y'all think that he should stay with Oscar De La Hoya and take his L? Or do you think maybe he's really plotting on Floyd Mayweather to do anything he can just to get inside their camp and get that fight back with Tank Davis? So please like, share, and subscribe. You know, we're almost at 100 subscribers, and I really appreciate everybody who's, you know, came along this ride. And just, you know, much love, and I'll do my best to create even more and greater content for you. But again, thank you so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.